the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Once again, good afternoon! Okay, one of the most awaited school events is the Intramurals Meet. It is indeed an exciting day for us since we may be able to showcase our abilities and strengths in sports. So ang pangutana, ready na ba mo? Hep hep! Hep hep! Okay, and now to welcome us all for this afternoon's event, let us listen to Mrs. Maylene Oracion, Grade 6 Carnation Advisor for her welcome address.
Good afternoon, kids! Sa Panglao Central, hip hip! Again, I cannot hear you, hip hip! Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So I am honored to be here and extend a warm welcome together with our support staff, to our principal, Ma'am Rene, to our team managers, to celebrate our annual sports event in a 2.5 year. We come up with this. To our beloved students, now with this annual sports intramurals. We believe that sports participation helps improve performance and the development of life skills, including the goal setting, discipline, teamwork, resilience, focus, hard work, and sportsmanship. So all of our students participate in daily sports activity, tailored to their ability. We aim to empower our students to become the best version of themselves. And to all of you, welcome to Panglao Central School Intramurals 2022. Thank you and enjoy. Thank you so much, Teacher Miley, for that very warm. Certainly, after hearing Miley's message, everyone is already on their house. At this point, we would like to call the Diva Isabel Codelio for the oath of amateurism. Let us give her a round of applause.
Calling the attention of high school COMPEATING players. Third game will play between Purple Jaguars versus Orange Stallions. Again, attention senior high school players for Sepak Takraw. Please prepare at the playing area in Saga Hardcourt. Third game to be played between Purple Jaguars versus Orange Stallions. Again, players for Sepak Takraw or senior high school, please get ready and proceed to Saga Hardcourt.
Guapo.
Yeah, level 100, my friend.
Hoy, Jacqueline mo diyan mga bate. Kay Damo ni. Awaran nga to, Jacqueline. Sige, sayang score. Wala na to. Sayang. Uy, Serena, orange. Sayang score. Wonder mark. 200 siya. Red. Red.
Oy, sama na tarong ba?
Dagan jaro na. Okay, lakso. Go.
Pakuha ka. Pakuha, lain pakuha, oy. Ayan.
Wow. Sige, final. Final. Hoy, ibot lagi. Okay, final.
Mayan buntag. Salamat.
Go.
daw ka?
Buntag. Good morning. Good afternoon. Mahali Payas. Hello. Michael Jordan. Whoa. Hello, mein happen.
Calling the attention of the runners for senior high school category. Calling the attention of the runners for senior high school category. Girls, please proceed to the running area right now. Runners for white pandas and purple jaguars, senior high school girls, please report to the running area right now.
Okay. Yes, Jim, thank you. Hello. Mein Buntag.
What's up? What up, dude?
Guapo.
Yeah, we are.
Tambok.
No, I'm not Tambok. I'm skinny.
You?
Yes, Joe Gary. Tambok. Joe Lord. Tambok.
Is it? You? No. No.
This is the Drug Lord of Panglao.
You're going to be on YouTube. You're live stream, baby. Live stream. Guapo. That was impressive. Switch around by accident. Sorry about that. Hello. I do indeed have the drone, but it's raining. Looks like it's going to rain a little bit hard for the drone. Going to have to pass on that. Let's go down to the ocean, and I should be able to show you about 100, maybe more. Well, there was 150 to 200 pump boats not this New Year's, last New Year, so going on 2 years ago. There was about 150 plus boats. So where we are right now is the St. Augustine's Church, And behind the church, there's a couple of buildings, but where I'm headed, if it doesn't rain too hard, is what they call day boats, D-A-Y, day boats. And you can go out on a day boat. Well, we will ask the tourist, the man or woman in charge of the tourist sales, ticket sales. We will ask them what the current prices are. So there was about 200 boats, but they were moored here because of COVID. I don't know what's moored here now. It should be at least 50 or 60. I think. I could be wrong. Maybe every boat in Panglao was moored here for the lockdown. So here is the tourist information office. Over there is ticket sales, or was ticket sales. Amiga, mein hapon. Palihog. The boats are for the Balakasag Island. And what is the service fee for the day for one person?
For one person?
Yes.
As a boat, sir, they are not preferring for one person, but by packs. So there's a boat captain here. If you can ask.
Ask the boat captain.
Yeah. About the
Okay.
price. Kuya, pili price, kuya, kuan?
I will be the one.
Yeah, because the boat, for me, sir, I prefer not to travel in the Kasag by one.
Well, I thought you were the boat captain.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh yeah, you look like a boat captain. Yeah. Aye, sir. Salamat. What is your name?
My name is Hannah.
Huh?
Hannah.
Hannah.
Yes.
I was talking about a lobster boat that I worked on when I was your age, called the Hannah Marie.
Oh.
Yesterday, I made a video about that. And then he made another boat called the Hannah
Are you
Catherine.
having a vlog for today?
Oh, you're a live stream.
Oh, hi everyone.
Very guapa, Hannah. Thank you very much for your
So much,
time.
sir. Anyway, there's a boat captain here.
I will
You
be
can
the
ask
one.
all their prices.
Salamat.
Bye.
Amping. Okay, so Hannah is a tourist agent. Mein Buntag. I got you. I know you. Sir, for the boats, the day boats, yeah, one day, for one day to go to Balakasag Pila, how many pesos?
It depends. The minimum price is 2,500.
2,500 minimum price for 4 or 6 people. How many?
For 2 person, it depends the season.
Now.
Now,
Yeah,
in slow season,
slow.
maybe 1 to 5 person. And then 6 to 10 person is 3,000. 11 to 15 person is 3,500.
Okay, so it depends on how many people and the season, yeah?
Yes.
So today for 5 people would be 2,500.
Yeah.
5, and then that's plus 200 pesos for the entry fee for the park. Yeah, 200. And then 200 for the turtles also. So that would be about 1,000 pesos per person per day if 5 people go at this time of the year. But after New Year's, it will go up to like 3,500 pesos. Okay. And your name?
Amy.
Ibi? I think I know you, but Ibi, salamat. We know each other, yeah?
And Alona.
And Alona. Okay, thank you. Ibi, you have a nice day. So thank you for the information. How many boats are parked here now?
Almost 100.
100. Okay, but I remember when the lockdown, there was about 200 boats here, remember? Last New Year's, maybe 200 boats, now 100. What time do the boats leave in the morning?
Sorry?
What time in the morning? 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock?
It depends if you're thirsted about the dolphins, because the dolphins.
Well, yeah, the dolphins early, 6 o'clock, yeah? Okay, so are you still going to the Dolphins, Virgin Island, and Balakasag? Three places, yeah? And the boat leaves at, say, 7 in the morning? 6.
6 to 6:30.
6 to 6:30, and then it's back here at 1 o'clock, yeah, 1:30? Okay, E.B., thank you. Have a nice day, sir. And happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Have a nice day. Okay, so I was correct about the boats, and you got to understand there's all different prices for all the different trips. Typically, what EB just said is that a boat trip will cost approximately 1,000 pesos per person, but the boat, they want to get 5 people on the boat. So the boat itself, this is where you have to be careful when you rent a boat in the Philippines. They give you the price of the boat. That's correct, 2,500. But there's additional fees for there's called a park fee. When you go to the Balikasag, in order to go in the water, you cannot get off the boat. In order to go in the water, you have to pay a 200 peso fee to go in the water at Balikasag at the preserve. And here's all the boats down here. So you have to pay a park fee. Michael Dowdy, hello. Hannah. Hello, Hannah. She was cute, there's no doubt about that. And you have to pay a park fee. So let's say you rent this boat. That boat is 2,500 pesos. 1 to 5 people. So if one person goes out on it, 2,500. If 5 people go out on it, 2,500 pesos. However, the park fee for each person that goes in the water is 200 pesos. If you want to go turtle watching when you get to Balikasag Island, that's 200 or 250. It was 250, but he said 200. He agreed. So figure 250 for turtle watching, 200 for the park service fee. So that's 500 plus 450. So that's 950. If 5 people went out on the boat. If 2 people go out on the boat, it's 2,500 pesos for the boat, plus 900 pesos for 2 sets of park and turtle fees. So that would be 3,450 pesos. Now this is normally, the water comes up to about the tree over there. And in here, he said there's 100 boats that park here during the night. In the daytime, a lot of these boats are out now. However, it's priced 2,500 pesos. If you go out in January through March, the cost... Mayan buntag. Are you sure? Tanud? Tanud? I asked her if she was sure in Visaya, but some people don't speak Visaya. So it's 3,500 pesos for the boat plus park fees if during the high season. They call this the low season, and then they call the tourist season the high season. And so what you do is you come here, and where Captain EB was, you pay them, or they set you up on a boat, and then you'll pay your service fees. Good afternoon. You'll pay your service fees either to Captain EB, because he has a boat. That I know for sure. I know him from Alona Beach. You can pay your service fees over there. What happens is where Captain EB was, that's where the captains of the boats hang out in the morning and solicit the rides. So there might be 20 captains there. The deckhands, after he solicits the ride, the deckhands will bring you down this catwalk, catwalk, and then you're going to go on for the day. Now, I do have the drone. It almost stopped raining, and then I'm not good at. Okay, we lost the signal there for about 30 seconds. We are quite a distance. No, not actually. We're pretty close to a transmitter. I don't know why I lost the signal. Other than there is a big storm brewing over in the southeast. There's a big storm over there. So might happen. Okay, so this is where you wouldn't come down here to get a boat. You'd go up where Captain Eby was. I want to put the drone up, but it keeps, every time I think about putting the drone up, we get a shower. I've never flew the drone in the rain. I had a choice today to come here and drone St. Augustine, the park where all the sport events were taking place. And when I was there, it was raining. Now I walked halfway here, it stopped raining, and it started raining again. You can hear it. It sounds like it's going to rain again. Mayan buntag.
Mayong buntag.
I got you. Mayan buntag. So, I'm not flying the drone in this. With my luck, it would get wet. I don't care so much. I'm not worried about lightning. This is a beautiful place, actually. If you want to come and have lunch, you can buy your lunch. You can buy a roasted chicken right across the street from the church. Vegetables, hamburger, and the likes. And this is the most famous staircase in Philippines. Whoa. Oh yeah, baby. We're gonna get some weather. We are gonna get some weather. Now this area here is called marsh, M-A-R-S-A, marshland. Mayan hapon. Mayan buntag. Mayan utopod. Yeah. Oh, look at this. It's a sheik. The sheik. Guapo. Mayan buntag. No. I get them every time. Mayan buntag, Mayan buntag, Mayan buntag. I'm going to have everybody in the Philippines saying Mayan buntag before long. Whoa! We should wait for another lightning bolt. They're coming every 45 seconds. So for those of you who don't know how to tell how far the storm is from where you're standing, when the lightning strikes, you count 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. You take that number and you times it times 750. So when I see lightning, I'm going to count. You times the counted number times 750, and then that's how many feet. All right, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010. Okay. I counted to 10. 10 times 750 means that the center, the epicenter of the rainstorm is 7,500 feet, or 1.5 miles away. Now, you could do that again, and you could tell when the lightning bolt strikes, you count again. If it's 11, then the storm is moving away from you. If the count is 9, then the storm is coming towards you. If the count is 8, the storm is moving towards you at 1,500 feet per minute. So it could be 5 minutes before the storm gets here, or it could be going in the opposite direction. That's the kind of stuff. Oh, I missed that lightning bolt. That's the kind of stuff that you would learn when you take your captain's test. It's not part of navigation, but it's part of understanding your surroundings when you're out on the ocean, or even a lake, a big lake like the Great Lakes. So I should 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 11. So that storm is either moving left to right or right to left, but it's not moving away or towards us. Michael Dowdy. Modal Mall, the extension. Wow, that's Michael Dowdy. That's right down the block from my house. Actually, that was one of the places I was going to go to today. It was a toss-up between Blogging Beach and Modal. Hello. Moto Mall. It was a toss-up between that, but I looked at the tide chart for Panglao, and the tide was low today. If you look at up on the internet, the tide was low at 147, and I was in the hospital at the area, the seating area in Moto area. I call it the common area where they have all the stores. I was going to set the drone up in there. So that's interesting. That's a nice place to work. Daisy goes there for Zumba, 4 o'clock Friday. So this is what I started to say. This area here where you see the weeds, the weed line in the grass. I'm going to zoom in on it. That's weeds. That's about 18 inches, 12 to 18 inches of water. Those weeds go out half a mile radius around here. It's all marsh, M-A-R-S-H. Now, the difference between a marsh, it's all wet. Now that's a marsh. This is wetlands where you see the mangroves. That's wetlands. That's a marsh. Now, and behind the mangroves is borderline swampland, where the water is always wet, and there's always it's always wet back there. But not so much right here, but further down the coast. Because what they did for the first quarter of a mile behind the mangroves here, they dug it out. Even they dug it out with buckets and shovels. They dug it out for the boats. So the marsh is pretty much gone for about a quarter of a mile behind the mangroves. So this is the boats behind St. Augustine Church. These boats you can rent out. If you go, you can watch the part of my video. 2,500 pesos a day minimum for each boat, 35 maximum in the high season, about 1,000 pesos per person. And that would include the boat and 2 service fees for the turtle watching. Turtle, you can swim. They'll bring you around the island. You can swim with turtles. And it will also include the service fee for what they call the water park, or to see Balikasog, the reef or the coral in Balikasog. It's a preserve. It's a natural preserve. It's well worth $20, that's for sure. The Moto Mall, that's interesting. That's a nice place. That's, for those of you who don't know what the Moto Mall is, Panglao is really expanding what it's doing as far as tourist industry, the vacation. The tourist industry is being invested in heavily in where I live, in Bohol. Already, along the beach is full. And there's really only one other place with a beautiful white sand beach, and that's where I live. And now they're really getting off the chain investments are coming in to the east of my house. They're talking about an 1,800 room facility. To the west of my house, 135 rooms right next door. The what was known as the Aniana Hotel, that's being all rebuilt now. It's no longer the Aniana. After the Aniana is the Bellevue, but there's another property that's being developed shortly. So they are spending big money, big tourist money, big tourist investment money here in Panglao, which is, it's progress. It's progress. Not a swamp, because at high tide the water comes up 18 inches. Over to the right, those are called mangroves. It's a protected species almost everywhere in the world where they exist. In Florida, the fella across the canal had mangroves like this in front of his house. They literally, I just got home from work. I was on the backhoe. I drove the backhoe into my backyard. He was trimming them. He wasn't cutting them out at the root. He was trimming the tops of the trees. And I guess I don't know what he was doing with the roots close up to his house. I couldn't see that side. They came with, I don't know how many boats. I don't know how many people. More than 10 people, more than 3 boats came and left. Marine patrol boats and marine this, marine that, and a helicopter. And the helicopter stayed overhead and videotaped. He had a boom truck on his property. His name was Mike. He had brought in a boom truck. I don't know who was running the boom. I don't know if it was one of the local tree surgeons but either way, he didn't have permits. To give you an idea how protected mangroves are. Okay, so the first thing they made him do, his truck was full of, that you could see, they just had loaded up a huge dump truck full of mangrove branches. Okay, his truck was confiscated. The helicopter stayed overhead until the Marine Patrol, until the Marine Patrol came and they started videotaping on the ground. Then somebody went up on his balcony with another video camera. So just to give you an idea how strict they are. This is in the Florida Keys. So okay, so he got caught. He was with another fella, his neighbor, who was also trimming his trees. They confiscated the truck, whoever truck it was. They confiscated the boom truck. Mike had a fine of $250,000 US levied against his house. $250,000. That eventually was whittled down to somewhere. He said it was 100,000, that they reduced it to 100,000, but he also had to buy several, and I don't know how many, properties for $8,000 per property. He had to buy several properties for $8,000 US. Pay cash or bank check for whatever. And then he had to give the property to the state of Florida. Now that was, I don't know what it cost him. I tried to talk to him about it one day, but he was working on his boat on the lot down the block from my house at the trap lot, where I worked on a lobster boat. He was not a happy camper. He was not the happy camper. But they take cutting these mangroves down seriously. Now in the Philippines, I think they have the same laws here. Hop on. And you're not allowed to cut the mangroves. So they're pretty much a protected species, because wherever the mangroves are, that they're protecting. Hop on. They're protecting the shoreline. So even to put this catwalk in, you have to get a government permit, and this has been here for 40 years. So back then they probably just cut it out, but they had rules back then too. Mein Buntag. Mein Uto. See, when you say hello to the Filipinos and you say the wrong time, like I say good morning, but it's good afternoon, they're very time orientated. Not that, I don't know why it makes a big difference to them that you say good morning when it's afternoon, but they usually correct you. All right, so I'm going to go someplace where I could sit down and check the comments. Now, and then, if it stopped raining, then I think I'm going to take a walk over and... Oh my God! It's Beyonce! Is that Beyonce? Is that Gloria Estefan? Blogging, live stream. You're a live stream. You're on YouTube, baby. Okay. Okay, comments. I should tell Hannah. Michael Dowdy says hello. Yeah, so the essence of my blog today. Well, I prepped. I've been for the last 2 days. What I did for 2 days was I charged up the batteries in my drone, 2 batteries, and there was a firmware update for the Mavic Air, DJI Air 2S. There was a firmware update. So included in the firmware update is you have to update the firmware that's in your cell phone. It takes about 10 minutes. And then, but the batteries also, I have intelligent batteries where the batteries will tell you how much is left, how many more charges you can charge the batteries for. So I have intelligent batteries. So those 2 batteries had to be charged up, and the firmware had to be installed in the battery. I don't know how that works.
Hello.
Mein Buntag. Gotcha. So, yes, the answer. So the firmware had to be updated. So I spent 2 days flying, not flying, but fake flying the drone by going through all the programs on the drone. I got to tell you, they're really complicated. I haven't played around with the drone in about a week. I don't know what an ISO setting is. I do now because I spent 2 days just going through the prompts to do different things. Tracking. I didn't do tracking yet because you got to have the drone up in the air, and it's been raining for the last 2 days. So I set the drone up, I charged up the batteries, I updated the firmware on the 2 batteries, and then I just spent 2 days watching AIR photography videos. I think he explains the procedure of what to do in the firmware the best. Not because he explains it step by step. 20 people explain the same thing. But air photography's voice is very pronounced. His words are pronounced. He speaks slow and he does not make mistakes. And he pretty much, 85% of everything he does, it's not easy to show people how to update the firmware or to use a drone, because he has to videotape it. Then he has to cut that part of the clip out when he's talking, and then show you which button he pushed and where. So I spent 2 days watching air photography's firmware updates and also how to fly the drone. And then today I wanted to get out, and I did. I got out early after I did the lobster boat video on my was one of my jobs when I moved to the Florida Keys. And then I went to the hospital, the local hospital, and talked to the doctor about my leg. I wanted to get a new prescription for this medicine here. Ciprofloxacin. Now this medicine is different than the medicine I took last year for the infection on my leg. This is a completely different infection on my leg this year than last year. Last year, I had an infection called Provincia Stuarte. That medication wanted amoxicillin and clindamycin to cure that infection. So I went to the doctor on October, this Dr. Eric. I went to Dr. Eric on October 7th. And he suggested that I go to the city and have a new culture done on my leg. So I went to Provincia Salente's, Governor Salente's Provincia Hospital. Sounds like the infection, but the Provincia Salente's Hospital they do cultures there on the 3rd floor. You get out of the elevator, make a left, go 35 feet, make another left, go 75 feet, make a right into the laboratory on 3rd floor in the Governor Salente's Provincia Hospital. And they charge $60 for a culture, for a swab. But first you have to go to the doctor and they swab it for you. So that is whatever the doctor decides to charge you. The clinic is on the 1st floor. So it depends on which doctor you go to, whether you go to surgery or you go to another doctor or a specialist. So that could be another $50. And so it basically cost about $100 for the doctor if they charge you. Some people, the Filipino people, they don't get charged every time. Only certain people get charged when you go to the hospital. I don't know how that works, but not everybody gets charged. So it could cost you nothing if you're Filipino, and if you're an American or a foreigner, it could cost you $50 or $60 for the doctor. Then you go upstairs with the culture and they charge you $60 for the culture, and they tell you 7 days. You go back in 7 days. So the new infection, not the one from last year, the new infection, I don't remember the name of it, but the culture readout from the laboratory gives you which medications don't work at all, which medications the bacteria is susceptible to, S, which medications the bacteria work on the best, and there's another letter for what it works the best, the highly recommended one. So for this one, I got this ciprofloxacin. It seemed to help quite a bit. So it's a long-term infection. I've had this infection on my leg going on 3 years. 3 years is a long time to have the kind of wound I have on my leg. But it looks like it's on the mend. So that's what I'm hoping for. So I wanted to go to the hospital. The new cost. So then I went to the immigration. So I'll give you guys a whole lot of information about the immigration. So when I got back from Vietnam, which of course you heard stories, I wasn't gonna go. I wasn't gonna be able to leave. I didn't get vaccinated. Why all those stories? Why? Fictitious stories. Why? How does that help anybody's personal life to tell stories about other people on YouTube, especially when they're proven not to be true? So when I got back from Vietnam, what you get is a 29-day pass to come into the Philippines. So I got back, we're just going to say I got back September 1st. I don't really remember when I got back. It's not important. But let's say I got back September 1st. By September 29th, I had to go to immigration because the first 29 days are free. And on September 29th, I went to immigration. Then you pay for 1 more month, 1,500 pesos. So the first month is free. The second month is 1,500 pesos, $30. We'll just say $30. And then in 30 days, 28 days, you got to go back. And at that point, you get your tourist, you apply for your tourist visa and your new ACR card, new card. At that point, you pay 7,700. I think it was 7,700, which is $160. And you have to give them a picture, which I had from. You have to fill out paperwork for that. You have to give them a picture, a photo, and then they take a picture. They also take a picture, and then they put that on your new ACR card. And then you pay 7,700 pesos for 2 more months. So that includes. So you're really not paying much more. You're getting 1 month free. Then the second month you pay 1,500 pesos. And then you pay 7,700. So however, if you took 1,500 off for the first month that you got for free, you're paying 6,000 pesos for 2 months. That's basically what but that also includes your card. So I did that. Then I had to make a decision where I wanted to be with the drone. And I was going to choose the Moto food court next to the Bellevue, where Michael Dowdy's wife was the manager, or ICM parking lot. I want to drone the ICM mall, or across from the immigration. I wanted to do the children they're all high school and I don't know. I guess there's a school back there. I didn't know there was a school back there. There's a lot of kids there, that's for sure. I don't know if today's a holiday. I have no idea. I never saw so many people in the church parking lot. I guess I could ask. And that's it. That's what I got. Have they ever put silver nitrate into the wound to burn it? Well, I'm going to tell you something, okay? I burnt it. I did that, not with silver nitrate. Yeah, it's a long time. I did something. I made an executive decision on. I'm not going to say what I did, but I did something that was totally not acceptable. And the doctors would not do it. I asked the doctor if he would do it. He said no, and I did it. Michael, if I ever talk to you in person, I'll tell you what I did. But what I did, medically, not allowed. I did it all with legal prescriptions, but I did something that it's because of me that it cleared up this time, not because of their prescriptions. I have to word my stuff because we have somebody that watches everything I say and twists it because he's an angry man. We have an angry man that watches everything I say. So, but what I did was with prescription drugs that were prescribed to me, I cleared the prescription up. Because what was going on was they were giving me a prescription every 2 weeks. It wasn't working, and I said, you know what? I've been doing this for a long time. Let me do this myself. And when I did it, it worked. So, to the man who wants to twist every word, I won't tell you what I did, but I cleared up the infection. And in about 6 weeks from now, there'll be skin back on the leg, according to the progress that's being made now. You are a trip, dude. You are a trip. I can't believe, oh my God. You know what happened? I can't believe my battery just died. That's what I can't believe. Okay, then I know that you guys can still see me, but my screen just went 90% dark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say goodbye. Michael Dowdy, if you want to send me, because you've actually been paying attention when I got the infection, if you want to send me a phone number, send it on one of my old videos. You're going to have to, if you live in America, you're going to have to send the phone number like your area code 3, and then you're going to have to put like AAAO or 0, BBB, 5, CCC. You got to put 3 or 4 characters between the numbers, because otherwise it'll go to spam. If you want to know what I did, I'll tell you. But what I did worked. What I did, the doctors would not do. I saw a comment, but I can't see what it is. In the Philippines. It looks like somebody, I don't know who said that. I guess it's Michael. It looks like it said that you're in the Philippines. Send it to you. Okay, send it to me and I'll give you a call. If you have a globe, that would be best because I can call globe. I can't do smart. All right, then, I'm going to say goodbye. I'll save 5 or 6 minutes in case I want to take a picture. Bye-bye for now. Thanks for stopping by. God day to everybody from Michael Fazio. And days me in the Philippines, baby. I'm being permy, which means take care always.